Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Fun Day. And it's again Passion Unscripted is in the house. And we are greeting you Monday, saying that Mondays could be fun. And that's exactly why we wanted to have our podcast on Mondays live, because we want for people to kind of wake up and have something to look forward to. And if this is the first time you are tuning in, welcome to this beautiful episode of Passion Unscripted. And my name is Irina Portnova. I'm all about manifestation. How can you manifest and attract the love that you truly desire by not just settling with anybody, but actually connecting with the person who matches your energy? And I am here today in the studio with our amazing Dina Alexander.
Hi, Irina. How are you? Happy belated birthday. I know that you
Yay!
had
Thank you,
fun
thank you.
and you are still having fun.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
good.
It's a Leo
That's,
season.
yes, I love it. I love it. My name is Dina Alexander. If you are watching for the first time, what I do, I am a life coach. I am a relationship coach and I am a sex coach. I do marry spirituality with sex because we are human beings, and that energy is the ones that help us create whatever we want, material
Mhm.
and not material.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And before we dive into today's topic, I have this running line that says, because as Dina mentioned, my actual birthday was last Tuesday, but I'm running this huge celebration. And today we are starting our 3 day of mix. Um, taste and trust, which we are baking our birthday cake with intuition. So you are tuning into your intuition. It's a fun experience. It's happening today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just join the experience, register with this link. It's only $8. So just give yourself the gift of being with us and connecting with like minded people. All right. So let's just dive into the topic of the choice to keep choosing the relationship. I know, Dina, that before we were going something in a similar direction, but we were already kind of covered it. But I feel we can always take another angle from that, because
Yes,
we were just having the conversation behind the curtain. Not this
yes,
time, last time, right? Saying, like what it takes to have the commitment. Because again, it's not just, like, okay, you fell in love, you feel like there is so much synergy, everything is new, everything is exciting, right? Everything happens naturally, but what does it actually mean to choose the relationship? Not just one good day, or not when, like everything works out, but actually consciously do that. And that's exactly what we want to have the conversation about, because the greatest relationships are not the ones that are luckiest one, or not because people are matching each other. It's because people consciously choose this relationship day after day. They choose to be with that partner day after day.
yes, yes, Irina. I love that intro. I love it. And that's why I'm going to get a little sassy as always.
Mhm. I love that.
Anyone, and anyone can fall in love. Anyone can fall in love. And your hormones can do that. Your nervous system can do that. Your
Mhm.
attraction can do that. But there is a difference between that and building a relationship. And that's what we are covering. Okay?
Mhm.
That building relationships requires a character. Hi,
Hey,
Elle.
great to see you.
I love him coming in. The power of choice, ladies. Yes. Yes. There is the choice of building a relationship. Okay. But building a relationship that requires a character, and just what I said, because relationships aren't sustainable by chemistry, and that's what we taught that it will
Mm-hmm.
happen eventually. It will be sustainable. They sustain by commitment. And I want to change the word of choice. It is the power of commitment. Are
Mm-hmm.
you do you agree with me, Elle? I hope so. Because um and I'm not talking about that kind that feels heavy, because sometimes a commitment can feel heavy, okay, on some people. I'm talking about that kind that quietly say, I'm still choosing you. There's a difference from what Al just says. The power of commitment, of choosing you. Ah, it sounds beautiful. I like it myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you know, we a lot of couples, they remember their wedding days. Okay. On their wedding days, they treat each other like, um, they remember what they promised to each other. They remember their commitment to each other. But this is an everyday choice to remember that every single day. Healthy relationships aren't built by one giant promise. They are built by thousands of tiny promises. And these promises need to be kept, because there are a lot of couples that they forget very easily what they promise. And when they are in their rat race, their emotions, they forget. And it's okay to say sorry. No, it's not okay. You need to remember every single day that you are committed to choosing that person. So tell me, Irina, what comes up?
You know what? I'm smiling because I have experienced some people where they say I'm sorry, and then the story repeats, right? So it's almost like with my son. He knows that he can say sorry, he will be forgiven, but then again he starts to be mischieving. So again, when we say sorry, we want to mean it. And we want to be more conscious what exactly we promise to our partner, right? Because again, sorry is as good as we put the intention into that, and we are actually changing some of the patterns that caused us to apologize.
Yes. Yes. And I like it that you bring up your son, because as a mother, I am a mother of a son also. Um, our jobs are to teach our children about that, okay, about commitment, about promising that needs to be kept. Sorry is not a word that you can use it often. Those things come from home, okay. um you know what, Irina? Every day we make choices. As the adults, we make choices, okay. Do I listen, or do I interrupt? do i
Mm-hmm.
assume do I assume, making an ass out of you and me, or do I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Do I criticize, become curious? Do I stay emotionally available, or do I shut down? And relationships are not shaped by one dramatic event. They are shaped by repeated decisions. Every interaction says something. I'm with you. I'm against you. I'm distracted. I see you. Love grows in the direction of the choices we repeat. And that's what you are teaching your son
Mm-hmm.
on
Absolutely.
saying sorry. Okay? So, what comes up? Something comes up in you when you hear me
No,
talking like
I'm
this?
just, I'm just listening to that because, like sometimes, like even when we are adults, it's very good to remember that we are also the kids inside, right? So it's kind of, like be more playful, be more open, be more curious, like you mentioned, and just, like stay in that energy. And that is exactly the energy that I feel like a great thing, the factor that we are not getting tired of our partners.
Yes, yes. I like the word, um, the power of commitment, that I choose you.
Mhm.
I like it. I don't. I'm not. Al is not writing anymore. I hope he's enjoying um, me reconstructing his sentence. So let's continue. Um, there is one way that you, the quickest way that you can disconnect is when you make assumptions.
Mhm.
That is the quickest way you can disconnect. He doesn't care. She should know. If they love me, sound familiar? If you're listening to
Mhm.
me, sounds familiar? Write it in the comments. And here's the
Yep.
problem: assumptions create stories in your head, in your own world. Curiosity creates connection. Instead of assuming your partner's intention, ask. Instead of finishing their sentences, listen. Listen, because sometimes we listen and we try to defend ourselves. We're not
Mhm.
listening. And listening is an art. Become interested instead of defensive. Understanding doesn't mean agreement. You can agree to disagree, and so
I
that's why
love that.
I like what we have here, Irina, because sometimes we don't agree with each other,
Yeah, and
and
I love that. Mhm.
we agree to disagree, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
So L, he wrote something. You want to share, Irina?
Yeah, sure. Elle says when we choose to be mischievous and play behind our spouse, then we say sorry. This will not be forgiven. What are your thoughts? Well, when we talk about mischievous and playful, we are talking about with partner, unless we have the open relationship, right? An open relationship is something different, right? And I feel it's so important to express yourself to the partner in my the way I perceive the relationship. Because if one partner is open and another partner is just wants to be exclusive, I feel there is already something to talk about. Because again, as the time passes by, we are going to feel more of that longing for something what we are designed, as our soul is calling for, right? Because we are all designed differently. And I love, like, I was also attending another coach. She's a mindset coach, but she gave this amazing, like compatibility, relationship compatibility test. And again, like, sometimes we have to do it with our partners. Because again, if we are tuning into these kind of conversations, we start asking the deeper questions. And a lot of times people know when they start asking the deeper questions, they are going to, not like it much. Because now the clarity comes, now the reality hits. And a lot of people just don't know what to do with that, because it can be very painful. I totally agree with that. It can be very painful. But what could be even more painful is staying in the relationship where people are not very much compatible, right? When one partner wants one thing in the, like in the romantic way, another partner is much of holding on to whatever they have, their beliefs, right? And again, like, what? Another thing, Al and Dina, what I wanted to mention, there are men who feel okay for them to go to explore, but they would never let their woman to do that. So again, talking about, like, if you want to explore, then you have to be open to allow your partner to be the same way, right? Because again, it's about being fair with each other, right? And if sometimes one partner wants to explore, another one doesn't, then like, you want to ask, like, what is something that maybe there is something, like, that you can come up with something with themselves, like, what do I prefer in the partnership, right? I want somebody who is adventurous, explorative, somebody who is not just potato couch, right? Or couch potato, whatever you say, right? So the
Stay still. We change every day, every second.
Dina, this is your area of
Kindness.
expertise, how to open up
You
relationships, how to have, like monogamous, polygamy, right? Because I remember we were talking about it maybe like 2 years ago. We had the episode on that. So I feel like, Al, let us know if there is anything you want us to talk. Maybe we'll have the episode about it as well.
Yes, and there's different kind of open relationship. Polygamy is
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Polyamory is one of them also.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes with agreements, okay?
Yep.
And you know what? Kindness during conflict is a superpower, because you don't get to polyamory of polygamist lifestyle just by sitting there and it will happen. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you need to communicate, and maybe there could be conflicts, but
Mm-hmm.
that is why we need to use kindness. So
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about conflict. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
every couple has it. It there is
As
no
human
couple
beings, yeah.
there is no couple that can tell me that they never had a conflict. I'm not talking about a fight, a big fight, and toxic. No, a conflict. Healthy couples, unhealthy couples, new couples, married couples, conflict isn't the problem. Huh. The question is, who do you become during that conflict?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can be kind when life is easy, and that is totally normal. That's the easiest thing. But can you remain respectful when you are disappointed? Can you stay gentle when you are frustrated? Can you protect the relationship while discussing the problem? And that's emotional maturity. And honestly, there is something incredible attractive about someone who refuses to weaponize their words. Kindness during difficult moments creates an emotional safety. An emotional safety creates deeper intimacy. And that's the secret. And you know, maybe a person or someone can ask, will ask, how do you come? Because I am
Safe.
intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am. But notice yourself during a heat.
Yeah.
Something happened. Notice yourself. Write down what the
Mm-hmm.
feelings that come up, and you can write me. Write to me, and then we can talk and see whether you are emotional intelligent or not. Okay.
Let me tell you, I just wanted to say that me being a very calm person by nature, when I'm in the heat of the argument, sometimes I have to like really hold myself because obviously, like emotions are coming uncontrollable unless we have the tools that like bring us back and ground us back to center and just like calm our nervous system down. Otherwise it's just reaction rather than respond.
Yes. You know, let me go a little bit more into that part of being kind during a
The argument.
disagreement. Okay. Reconnecting to yourself is always a choice. Huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Distance happens, life gets busy, people become stressed. Sometimes you simply miss each other emotionally. And that's normal. The important question isn't did we drift? It's are we willing to reconnect?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important, because we are water. We don't
Yep.
stay still. You will
Mm-hmm.
disconnect, and then you'll think, does she still love me? You'll take a flower and then you start taking off the petals. She
The
loves me, he
petals.
doesn't.
Love or not love. Love me
Uh-huh,
or not love me.
uh-huh. But that is time to reconnect. Okay, what does L say? Take a pause and deep breath and talk only when we are back into rational state. That can be a good thing.
Mhm.
That can
Or
be a good thing.
sometimes what would work for me is like, like say, okay, I have to take a break. I have to step away and just, like go for a walk, just something to kind of calm myself down. Mm-hmm.
And I do say to my clients, look, you, if you know the love language of your partner, and if it's about touching, you can place a hand and say to that person, look, I need I need some time to think about it. Let's talk about this tomorrow. And put your hand
Mm-hmm.
on his or her shoulder. And if it's her or his language is words of affirmation, let them use the kind words. Breathe,
Mm-hmm.
talk slowly, and then that person will be okay if you take a time for yourself before continuing that topic that brought that is the disagreement. Okay. um where was I?
We were talking about how to be kind in the conflict.
Are we willing to reconnect? And sometimes reconnect looks like this: I'm sorry. And that is where you use the word I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And you say sorry because you did this and that and that. I miss you. And you state the reason why you miss that person. Let's go for a walk. Can we talk tonight? And pride is like this: they should come first. That's pride talking. That's not kindness talking. A love says our relationship matters. Our relationship matters more than ego. That's how love talks. So if you can check on yourself, on your words, would love say that? And then you'll be certain to know if your ego was talking or love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want me to continue because the time is not
Yeah,
really
let's
on us.
continue.
um I want to be honest. Okay, most people prioritize everything in their lives, everything before the relationship: work deadlines, children, friends, phones, television, social media. And by the end of the day, there's nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
Not because love isn't important, because love gets what's left over. And that is where you need to put attention. And maybe if this is happening to you at this moment, you need to imagine, if your relationship received your best energy instead of your leftovers, what will happen to your relationship? How different would it look like? Love needs attention.
Mm-hmm.
As
So
simple as
true.
that. And it's not work. It's something beautiful because it comes from the heart, and you
Yep.
and it energizes you, and it will naturally grow. If you are not into it, it will naturally grow because some men say, no, I'm not romantic. Hey, you love that woman, and you know that she likes that flower. You take it for her. As
Mm-hmm.
simple as that. You know it. Okay. You know she worked the entire week. Make that breakfast for her. Okay, so something like that. So are we do we have time? No?
Yeah, we
Yes?
have a few minutes. So you
Uh,
want to wrap it up?
yes. So I want to challenge the one that is listening to me today, and L, and if you're listening, I want to challenge you for this week. Every morning, ask yourself, what choice can I make today that helps my relationship grows? So many golden nuggets. Thanks, Dina. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm at your services, L. I love you so much. So, are you going to do the challenge? You need to write me in the comments. What choice can I make today that helps my relationship grows? And maybe it's a compliment to your wife. maybe a hug, maybe an apology, maybe a meaningful conversation, maybe 10 minutes without distractions. Maybe it's a simple thank you. One intentional choice every day. And watch what happens, El. The miracle will happen. You will tell
Mhm.
me. Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
so I will leave it until here. If
Mhm.
something connects with you, or you're listening to us, something connects with you, do not hesitate to send us a message, or send me, because if you're going to polyamory and that kind of
Yeah, if you want to, yes, to explore
to
more
explore,
of different relationship styles, yeah, that's Dina's expertise.
you can always send me a message. And if you want something else to connect and to use that energy, that good vibe energy, you can connect both of us. But send me a message, okay? That's
Yep.
I leave it here until here.
And again, it's all about just choosing your partner and choosing the relationship consciously every day. And again, it's not just having the choice by demand, but more by design. What exactly? So I wanted to share quickly the tool of the agreement. Do once a month, revisit the agreement that you have with each other, and you can look over the things that you said you're going to do, see if you actually did it and how you felt when you were doing it, and see if there is anything else to be added or remove it from your list. And I feel this is such a great and powerful tool because it brings people together as well as you start understanding your partner on a different level. So
Yes,
that's my tip of the day.
perfect.
Yes.
Love
All
it.
right. So we are wrapping it up.
Yes, we are wrapping up for today.
Yes.
So if you like this, I see you next week. And if you have a topic that you really want us to talk about, please write it in the comment. We will take care of that. And kisses and hugs from Aruba to you all.
Yeah. And also share this episode if you feel like this episode would be helpful for somebody. Share because you never know who might benefit from it. All right, Al, as always, it's great to see you with us. And we'll see you next week. But meantime, if you want to see more and celebrate more of your intuition, baking it with me, you can join with the link right in here. And I'll see you later. Thank you, Dina. And
Bye. Thank you.
we'll see you on the Passion Unscripted next week. Bye now. Have a beautiful week.